and telling us her life story. And before I turn the time over to her, I just want to let you all know that physics saved the world.
Am I good to go? Good on the mic? Oh, that's a shame. All right, so I'm really kind of impressed you're here because I think you're all very brave. I don't know about you, but the last time I was in school and I separated from the boys, I got carted off to the library with all the other girls. We were showing this very, very scary movie. There were flowers. We were going to go through the seasons of life changes. I was not ready for school that day at all. And I've been traumatized ever since. And I hope today is less traumatizing for all of us. Although I confess, student government asked if I'd share my life story with you, and I've spent the last 3 weeks passing so many in the hallways and thinking to myself, wow, what could I honestly say to you that could somehow have meaning to each and every one of you? And as I've had time to think about it, I thought, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if there is anything I can say, but I'm willing to risk it, put myself out there for you. Hopefully I won't disappoint. But at the very least, we're doing something different on a Friday together, right? Different, my friends, different is okay. And different has actually worked out in my life to be good. So I'm going to share with you what I'm calling my yearbook of life. How I got from the UK to the UT. So I was born a long time ago. Not a long, long time ago, but a long time ago. In a country far, far away. And I was born to an American father who served in the United States Air Force, and to a British mother, who in this picture is the middle school secretary. And when I was born to two different nationalities, it instantly made me both a British citizen and a US citizen. That's not me, I just Googled cutest baby on the planet picture, and that's But ever since I was about that young, right there, I wanted to be an astronaut. Maybe it was my plan to launch myself off that gorgeous brown and orange couch. But I wanted to go to space. And I just pictured myself being an astronaut from very, very young. And I was really lucky that no one in my family sat me down and said, you know what, Emma? If you're going to work at NASA, you need to realize that this is what it looks like. There's a lot of ties in that picture, ladies. There were no women that were astronauts when I was a kid. But fortunately for me, my mom had this philosophy, that there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Gratefully, my mom encouraged me and never told me, there is no woman astronaut from NASA, ever. It wasn't until I was 10 years old that Dr. Sally Ride became the first American woman to fly into space. I think that proves the point that there's still a lot of work to be done, ladies. A lot of work to be done. Just last year, our president had to sign into law that equal pay for equal work. That if a woman is doing the same work at the same level as a man, they should get the same pay. That's 2012, ladies, 2012. So, the work is not done. It is not done. There is a lot of unpaved road ahead of you. So I'm going to show you the road that I tried to pave for myself. The astronauts that I looked to when I was a kid were all members of the military. And so I knew I was going to have to join the military if I wanted to be an astronaut. And why not? My dad was in the military, and whatever my dad did, I had to do too. I saw my dad go to his work every day in a uniform, so I practiced this, and this is how I ran around town, friends. I should point out, this is not a Halloween photo. This is how I went out. I have no idea what my mom must have been thinking. That's my daughter. Halloween, though, I took it to a whole new level on Halloween. There you go, full brigade and everything. Even with the tie, you know, I got to fit in at NASA. Here's another another great family shot. I got my battle helmet on. I'll just zoom in for you. Yeah, that's a full battle helmet. Apparently I was ready for war. But the nation was not ready for me. My entire life until last month, if a woman wanted to serve in combat on the front lines, she was told no. So that's 2013, and roads are still being paved. This is why I say to you, the work is not done. Oh, here's a great family game. My family loves to take the photo album, cover up what I'm wearing, and look at my face and guess what I'm wearing. Would you like to go ahead and guess what I'm wearing? Yes, you have it. I was wearing a dress this day. Any day I was wearing a dress, that's the face you got. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The reason I point this out to you is because when the flyer got put up on my door for Women's Week, I saw that Friday was heels and curls. And I knew I was going to be here at this time for the girls' assembly. And I thought, well, I should do the heels and curls, that's what it says. But I knew I was giving you me, basically, right here and now. And for me to be me, it's not heels and curls. This is me. A favorite line from Shakespeare's Hamlet ran through my mind when I made the decision to just show up how I show up. When I get up in the morning, I cover myself, I'm good to go. If I match, that's a bonus for you. So, I have stayed true to thine own self, be true. And speaking of Shakespeare's plays, opening tonight, Miss Fabulous Melanie Vase, Love's Labor Laws, on this stage. You thought the lovely set was for us, didn't you? So, since this is the yearbook of my life, let's just flash back a couple years prior to a Women's Week, where one of the dress-up days was dress up as your favorite teacher. And I thought to myself, who does not love our psychology teacher, Miss Melanie Williams? The photo is courtesy of Miss Allison Williams in her classroom. So here you go, documented evidence of the one day I spent an enormous amount of time on my hair. In fact, the most time ever in my life. But back to wanting to be an astronaut. When I was a kid, there was this movie that came out that was very influential. It began with an S. Space Camp! You guys, Space Camp. Space Camp was a movie about these kids who went to space camp, which is in the United States. And basically you pretend to be an astronaut for a week. And these kids in the movie actually got blasted into space. So I thought to myself, there's my ticket. If I just go to space camp, I'm there in space sooner. And so going to space camp is going to be very expensive. So save my money, save my money, save my money, save my money. Save my money for the plane? No. I was saving my money to buy every pack of Bubblicious I could get my hands on. Because right there, they were giving away a free trip to space camp. Did I win the free trip? No, I didn't. But I did win in my adult life a root canal to pay for it later, all that Bubblicious that I chewed in my life. Well, you're right. There was another movie that came out when I was 5 years old that really impacted me. And of course, you knew coming here I was going to have to mention Superman. That's right. I was 5 years old, and they were trying to convince us in Hollywood, you'll believe a man can fly. Wow, I could just fly in space, or just have Superman scoop me up and take me into space. That could work too. Well, my dad asked me, do you want to go to the movie theater to see Superman? It's like, absolutely, I want to go see Superman the movie. Superman 2 comes out. Do you want to go see Superman? Absolutely, I want to go. And I go. Superman 3 comes out. What's my dad ask me? Do you want to go? That's right. And I say, absolutely, and off we go. And I tell you what, these movies, they are phenomenal. Hey, don't go very well. Superman 4 comes out, and my dad says, do you want to go? Do you want to go see it? And I say, absolutely not. There is no way. I refuse to go to Superman 4. Short story why I refuse to go to Superman 4 is the Star Wars Superman films. They were filmed in the UK because it was cheaper for tax purposes, I think, than to film them in the US. Well, part of the quest for peace during this nuclear war threat, part of this was a scene where it would have a school in the middle school level of kids kind of wrestling with this threat of nuclear war. What could we do as a middle school class to bring an end to this nuclear threat? Well, you're filming in England. Superman is, you know, the great American hero. The school classroom should be a metropolis, a great American classroom. It's going to be very expensive to fly American kids in for this production. So someone had the good sense that was making the film, why don't we use some of the American kids that are living here in England on the military bases? Well, brilliant idea. Of all the middle schools in the UK at that time, my middle school was chosen to participate in the filming of Superman 4. My hero since I was 5. Well, choices, choices, choices. How are they going to decide which students at our middle school are going to go? Well, choices in school are tough. Remember the first time I got to make a big decision was at the start, well, at the end of my 7th grade for the start of my 8th grade year. I had 2 boxes that I could check. I could check the box for drama. That absolutely did not appeal to me in any way. I just thought to myself, wow, standing on a stage, lots of people staring at you. I think that would make me sick. I was right! So drama did not appeal to me. The other option was band. Band. Yeah. Band was my sister's thing. She's 7 years older than me. She's on the cover of all the newspapers. She was the band aficionado in my family. And that was kind of her thing. And maybe I'll do drama and I can just do the tree. I'll take out the part of the tree and I'll be in the background for the semester and get my fine arts credit. That's what I can do. So I checked the box for drama. I'm kind of stressed about it, so I really don't want to do it, but really, sadly, I'm way too lazy to carry the instrument back and forth to school, so I'll just be the tree. So I checked drama. It's true. Well, how excited was I when it is announced at the beginning of our 8th grade year, the 8th grade drama class is gonna go to London and hang out with Christopher Reeve as Superman for 3 days. And be paid. This is in 1986. These folks could have earned a potential $1,500. Imagine the 8th graders over there earning that much money now. Yeah. So I thought to myself, wow, after 8th grade, I'm either going to die happy or I'm going to be rich. This is great. Well, I don't know if any of you have mothers who are memory artifact hoarders, but a couple years ago, my mom gave me my 8th grade schedule from the first day. So here was the first day of my 8th grade. Got my schedule. Who are my teachers going to be? I don't know. Let's take a look. And, oh, okay, what do we do? Well, my eyes always start at the bottom. And so my English teacher is Miss Boris, and she did. When you change your name, when you're going to teaching, you have to change your name. Look at let's maybe go to the top. Oh, hey, Algebra 1, that's nice. Do you see where I have to go take my algebra class? Do you remember what grade I'm in? Yeah, that was fun. Different is good, but sometimes different is a little uncomfortable. The high schoolers did not appreciate an 8th grader in their math class, but I was going to space. All right, so the drama. Who's going to be my drama teacher? Drama. Oh.
Advanced band.
I'm in band. Did you forget my mother was a middle school secretary? Oh. Don't hate on my mama. She probably just got the form and looked at it and thought, whoa, what is my daughter thinking? Drama? That is not her cup of tea. Plus, we just bought my older sister a brand new instrument, so Emma's going to play that too. So there I was in band. So if you watch Superman 4, which I wouldn't recommend because it's actually not so great, but if you watch Superman 4, you will not see me in the classroom scene. $1,500, $1,500, $1,500, $1,500. Bridget back here got a speaking part. She got 3,000 to say. You don't even know what's going on. That's how well she says it too. You don't even know what's going on. Do you know how often in my 8th grade year we had to hear Bridget say, "You don't even know what's going on"? But since it is the yearbook of my life, here is my middle school yearbook cover. It's Crowton, not Crouton, Crowton. It was a big deal for us because it was the first time we got color in our yearbook. And we actually got color in our yearbook before the high school did. So, here we are, my friends. First color page, Superman is in my middle school yearbook. Oh, I forgot to put the arrows to show you where I am. Oh, let's look. Oh, no, not that one. No, not that one. No, not that one. And no, not that one. Because where am I in the yearbook? Band. All right, let's go to the band photo. Okay, here's the band. You know anything about the layout of band? I had this philosophy, if you're going to do something, you should do it well. So I was first chair clarinet, which happens to be sitting on the other side of Mr. Gopi. It's all right, I'm over it. Really, I am. Fortunately for me, my PE teacher, Miss Ford, discovered that I could run. Look, I'm doing an impression of Miss Williams before I even arrived here. Look at that hair. Not only could I do impressions of Miss Williams, I can also do impressions of Coach McConkey. Look at this. Yeah. So I ran and ran and ran and ran, and I loved it. I was really surprised how much I loved running. Loved it so much. Oh my gosh, do you see those sweatbands? Would you like to know what those sweatbands say? My favorite band, Def Leppard. Apparently, I'm a memory artifact hoarder too, because I still have said Def Leppard sweatband. Probably a little ripe. All right. So I was running, I was having a great time, I was loving high school. I was all conference as a freshman, which is kind of like academic all-state, I think, here. And I was one of the first freshmen to get a Letterman jacket. Speaking of different, why am I the only one with a maroon 91? I don't understand. And don't be fooled. We didn't get the Letterman jackets for our athleticism. We got them for rocking the mullets. But I was class president one year, and another year as class president. I was in command of our ROTC unit at the high school. Our cross-country team, my sophomore year, took second place in the UK. That's country second place. My junior year, we were UK champs. I was set for my senior year to take a repeat title for our team. Oh, look at me, I'm having a good time. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to my senior year. And my coach, he'd even contacted Nike, and they were willing to sponsor me, that if I won my senior year UK championship, they would pay for me to come to the United States and run in the US Nationals. So I was really looking forward to my senior year. There was even talks of Olympics. Not that I would have gotten a medal, let's be clear. I was good, but not going to get a medal. But there were still talks that, you know, you might make the Olympic team. This is going to be a great senior year. And even better than all that, my friends, I was the only senior that had a car. My mom bought me a car. And in the UK, you can't drive with an international license till you're 18. Well, I was a British citizen, so I could get my permit much younger. So I was the senior with the car. Life was awesome. I was so excited for my senior year. I just had to, you know, Be patient. Wait for it to arrive. I was so excited for my senior year to start, particularly because I hadn't seen my friends in a while. Because in the summer, they would fly back to the United States and visit their friends, and I kind of stayed behind because we had our huge British family, and, you know, that's who we stayed with. So I was excited for school to start, so excited. See my friends, walk through school doors, they just hand it to me, hand it to me. It's kind of sickening how great my senior year. So one day my dad comes home and sits us down, and that's never good, and says, you're gonna have to pack. We're moving. We have 2 weeks to report to Hill Air Force Base. It's been a lot of years and I still don't have the words to describe how I felt. But I have found a clip that I think sums it up very well. So here we go. That's my freshman year. Oh, that's super fast. That's sophomore, junior, senior year. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. Utah. Remember a lot of people talking to me in poster speech. You know, poster speech of when one door closes, another opens. No, that plane door is going to shut. And that plane door is not opening again until I'm in another country. Life hands you lemons, make lemonade. I don't want lemonade! So, I remember clearly. I stepped foot on that plane, and I thought, Utah, you know, that kind of looks like hate you spelled backwards. And I'm going to hate you. I'm going to hate everything about Utah. Everything. So, my senior year, this is what I did. I got up in the morning, I went to school, I got assignments, I went home, I did the assignments, and I would sit in my room and pout. Or I'd go to bed. I'd get up the next day, I'd go to school, exchange the assignments, ride home on the yellow school bus as a senior, go home and pout. Because I was mad, I was angry, I was lonely, I was stupid. I stopped running. Thought if I can't run for my high school, Crowton, I'm not running for anyone. That was a smart decision. So I sat around for a year, and I did nothing but be the incredible sulk. Yeah, that's a picture of me as a kid in a dress. But that's what I did. I sat around and chose to do nothing. I quit. Really not sure it had been a good choice for my former Crowton school buddies to vote me the brainiest, because I just made the stupidest decision ever. I stopped running. The Olympics were gone. My choice, because I was just going to do this. Pity me. I don't get to do what I want to do. It's also at this time, some medical testing revealed I had a genetic blood disorder. I was not going to go to space. I was not going to be an astronaut. So that's out. So I decided to try a different path in life. I ended my military career honorably. This is one of the documents I'm most incredibly proud of. Honorable discharge from the U.S. Air Force. And I thought, what do I do now? What do I do now? I had life laid out. I didn't have a backup plan. What do I do? What do I do? What am I going to do? Well, I still loved space. I still loved science. And I was so glad that my mom did not listen to my counselor, who pulled her in one time and said, you need to get Emma out of these science classes. My mom asked why. Well, she's a girl. So what? She likes them, she wants to be in them. So I decided, you know what? I like those science classes. I like them a lot. I'm going to teach those science classes. And I'm going to make sure whoever wants to take those science classes is going to take those science classes. So I arrived at Box Elder High School for a job interview. I thought it was a good choice. And in the interview, they let me know that, we just had our head track and field coach for the women's team move. Would that be something you'd want to do? Whoa, yeah. And so for a couple of years, I had the great privilege of coaching the girls track and field team here. Marvelous group of athletes. They did extremely, extremely well. And then I focused on the physics. And I began a journey for my quest for peace. And my journey for quest for peace began when a student in my physics class saw an action figure that I had on my table of Superman. And he said, "Do you like Superman?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so. Who's my hero? Size 5, but I didn't get to be in the movie." I don't know. I think I still like him. He's like, "Well, you should watch the film." No. Yeah, you should watch the film. Watch the film. We'll help get you through it. So we watched the film. And at the end of the film, my hero from the time of 5 takes the villain, Lex Luthor, back to prison. And as Lex Luthor turns to Superman to say, "How'd you beat him?" which if you watch the film is, "How'd you save the world?" my hero since birth, some of you know, said...
Marshall, take him away.
Thank you kindly, Superman. Come on, Luthor. Just one thing. How did you beat him?
High school physics.
High school physics.
Awesome. Yes, he said high school physics. That's how he had been saving the world. High school physics. What was I currently teaching? High school physics. And at that moment, I decided, you know what? I'm going to become the best high school physics teacher I possibly can be. And I decided I'm going to have that lemonade after all. And I started making and having the sweet lemonade. HSP STW, these are the 6 letters that have inspired me. And that's Super Shield, that symbol of strength to keep on going, not sulk, not sit there, not quit. Brigham City has embraced the HSP STW, or maybe the Brigham City. I don't know why I couldn't just move over and get the B. I was excited. But I had the great privilege of being selected as a presidential award winner for science and math teaching. I got to spend a week in D.C. meeting the president. I'm just letting you play Where's Waldo. I'm right there. I'm there. That was the president. I'm right there. That was the president. I had even more lemonade. I got to hang out with Bill Nye. More lemonade. Boeing gave me a scholarship to go to Space Academy, which is basically space camp for grown-ups. I made it to space camp. At space camp at graduation, I got the Right Stuff Award. Basically, it's the award for knowing the most stuff about NASA. Yeah. Got the Right Stuff Award. And then, probably one of the most greatest memorable moments of my entire life. Northrop Grumman made it possible for me to fly in one of those planes like they train the astronauts on. They fall to the earth in the plane, and they are weightless. So the money shot my entire life. I'm weightless. I am flying like Superman. I don't know if you can see it, but right above my name tag, I'm sporting a Box Elder B sticker right there. Right there. That's right. So, Superman is really a source of strength for me. I think strength, I think to myself, don't be lonely. I've been very fortunate to surround myself with great friends, fabulous friends. Don't put yourself in a place to be lonely and to give up. Find the strength to keep going on. You see something, find the strength and go for it. Find the strength to be who you are. I don't know if you ever saw those billboards, but I saw it and I thought, I've got to get there. I have got to get closer. That's what I want. I'm getting closer. And I am getting closer. You got to find that strength, ladies. Find that strength and just go for it. So anytime I see a Super Shield, I think strength. I think strength to go forward. Don't stop. Don't sulk. Go forward. Find that strength. It gave me the strength to be who I am. I hope it finds the strength for you to be who you are. And it's okay if who you are is a little different than everybody else. Final thought for you as you go to your 5th hours. These are some of my 5th hour fans. And it really does warm my heart to see other people embracing the strength. Find your strength and be who you are. So I thank you for sharing my yearbook of life with you. And as you return to class, ask yourself this question, ladies. What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? Thank you, Box Elder. Thank you, ladies.